I'm Natalie.
And I'm Val.
And we're set up here at Mutual Aid Barnardsville, which just popped up in the wake of Hurricane Helene. There was no outside help coming to help us, and so we had to organize ourselves to get the needs of the community met by community members and then by the flood of volunteers that has come into our community to help. So in order to do that, we have done trial and error and have finally come up with a system that is working really well that we want to offer to you in case you are needing to set up a system to be able to meet needs of a community in the middle of a natural disaster or other crisis. Here, before we had the system, and in a lot of other locations, there's a lot of people coming in to help, and they're being sent to places, to jobs, and someone's already done the job. And so this system works really well for making it so that when you have volunteers come, they are happy. The people who need repairs done are happy because it's all working way more efficiently.
So, like we've mentioned, this is a place where both people in need and people who are here to volunteer, they come to this central location, and this is where we're collecting all the information, and we're going to start with what the needs are, where they're located, what their name is, what their phone number is, if they have access to using a phone right now, a description of the work that needs to happen, any equipment or supplies that are needed for that work to happen.
This status was the last thing that we added, and it is the thing that has made this system work really well. Mm-hmm. And we tell anyone who goes out on a job that we assign them to that they must come back or text us to let us know the status of the job if it's complete, so that then we don't send another crew out to the same place, because that is just frustrating for folks. Yeah. Driveway repair and excavator work. We have a section for outside of Barnardsville, which this one actually needs to be moved out of there because it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What these sections are has changed over time. Like at first, we were having a lot of people who needed trees out of roads and needed trees off of houses. So that was a really big section. And then as time has moved on, those needs have been alleviated, and the categories are going to be different depending on what is needed to be done right there. So repairs and cleanup, and then the same thing, address, name, phone number, description, status. And so we've had a lot of people come through, a lot of jobs come through this board. So we have, like Val was saying, here are the needs that we have. And then people are coming and we assign them to a job. They come back and tell us when it's done. And it's been working quite well. Mm-hmm. And then we also have this new area for skilled workers, arborists and skilled workers, other for people who just want to leave their information, for people who want free help, which is awesome. And then we also have a bulletin board that has a section for if people want to pay for help.
Mm-hmm. We're also looking to collect firewood, both seasoned firewood and then also cutting rounds.
There's a group that is running a community firewood distribution. So they're taking all of the wood all of the trees that have fallen down, and they are processing it both into cured and uncured firewood. So then the people, with winter is coming, who are under-resourced right now, can be able to access. And you know, something I want to say about this particular system is that this is one piece in the midst of this whole Mutual Aid Barnardsville, which has a first aid system. It has a system for distribution of goods in the field. And so there's all these people, there's not like one leader. We've just all come together and are working together in our different like branches or our different departments or whatever. And this is just like sprung out of nothing. And luckily the owner of this building has let us use this building, and this is one piece of this very functional mutual aid center that is just serving a lot of people.
I think also having community meetings in the mornings, we're not doing them as regularly, but that was an opportunity for everyone in the community to come and get updates and to check on each other and share information, and how important that was when phone and internet access was not available, that we needed to come in person and share resources in that way.
The day after the disaster and the day after that, it was just word of mouth spread, like, hey, there's a community meeting at noon at the post office, which is across the street from here. And we had like 200 people there. it was amazing. I mean, there was no traffic. People were walking here. Like it was really cool. We've had people come here who have gone to different parts of, you know, Buncombe County and the surrounding counties that have been hit really hard by this disaster. And they have said that this system is just works. And a lot of the places where they go, no one knows where to send them, or when they get to a job, it's already done or it's been taken over by the military or whatever. And so we've just heard, I think I can remember at least like 12 people who have been like, oh my gosh, this system works so well, which is why we're making this video, so that you might be able to apply it if it's helpful in your situation and adapt it, because your situation will be different.
I think something else I want to mention is we have been able to serve free lunches here every day at 1. We've had different community members and groups and churches come through and donate meals, and just being here and just becoming an entity. We had a nonprofit come in and offer us a free solar charging and Starlink. So just because we showed up and we're offering this care and this aid, we had other entities come in that also supported us to be more of a hub of care for the community.
Because people just want to give care. They are so generous, and it just takes a place to funnel that and organize it so that people can receive it in a good way. Yeah, it seems like making a video about the whole thing.
I know.
Would be good, but this is in this world where people get all their resources from the store and they get their money from their job, we often don't think like, how can we just cooperate to get our needs met? And the natural disaster has suddenly brought that beautiful, beautiful impulse that humanity has for mutual aid to the surface. And so we're just helping people to help each other in an effective and efficient way.
My name is Jonathan Woodruff. I'm volunteering here at the Barnardsville Mutual Aid Center. Seeing everybody pull together, and a lot of people have a lot of skill sets here in Barnardsville that are really helpful. We have bridge builders, excavators, arborists. Being an arborist is a huge profession here in Western North Carolina. It's really encouraging. A lot of people coming here with really good hearts, and people just want to come and help out. I'm getting people from Pennsylvania, New York, Florida even, coming to help people here. Yeah.
I'm a heavy equipment operator.
Oh, great.
I was in the Air Force. I'm just looking for a place to help out.
Okay, wonderful. So you are a heavy equipment operator with no machine, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. You know, what would be great, first off, is if you could put your name, and your handwriting is probably better than mine, in skilled workers here. And then we can look at things that need to be done.
Sure.
I mean, this is definitely this is the most like organized I've seen, and like this is what I've essentially been like looking for, especially like as like an out of towner and not knowing anybody, or even like, I mean, I have Google Maps to like get around, but like it's kind of like doesn't mean much to me. But like no, this is ideal. Like, yeah.
There's two things. So one is this job for Christica, and she has large debris removal and excavator work. There's a ton of debris that she needs moved, and you have a grapple hook.
Yeah, it's like a
Skid steer with the grapple.
like a mold.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that would be good. So that's one option, is this. And then the other one is that we've started a community sawmill situation so that people can have lumber for building materials. The hurricane took down a lot of trees, whether it was from tornadoes or whether it was from the floods. And so these trees are compiled, dead trees, uprooted trees, are compiled in various places, whether it be farmers' fields, neighborhoods, places where they're just piling up debris. And so we have teams, we're helping to coordinate these amazing people who are using those trees to make firewood for people who need it and to saw lumber. There's a community sawmilling project. A community member crowdfunded money for a sawmill that he got for a reduced cost from Norwood Sawmills. And so like the company, along with the crowdfunding, and then my fund, the Wild Abundance Mutual Aid Fund, pooled resources to get this sawmill, and it's being delivered in a couple days. Some of the lumber from this community sawmilling project is going to end up as siding for the tiny houses that Wild Abundance is building for people who lost their housing.